Hello, my name is Raheel Chaudhry, and these are my teammates Enzo and Mateo Diaz. Today we'll be discussing Six Sigma belts with you. What is Six Sigma? Six Sigma is a quality management system that uses a set of tools and techniques for process improvement. It's a disciplined, data-driven approach and methodology for eliminating defects. It was developed in 1986 by Bill Smith at Motorola, who followed in the footsteps of Carl Gauss of the late 1800s during the industrial era. Today, Six Sigma is used in all aspects of the industrial sector to reduce costs, increase profits, and decrease or eliminate defects. What is a Six Sigma certification? Six Sigma certification is where you have the knowledge and workings of Six Sigma principles and are able to use it in your sector of business and follow the quantified steps and procedures set by the executives in the teachings of Six Sigma. In order to start somewhere, you have to start from the bottom. And in order to do Six Sigma or move up in Six Sigma, you have to start at white belt. The white belt is where you have the knowledge and workings of Six Sigma and aren't able to use it just yet, but you can identify it. So usually the tasks you're given aren't really in-depth to use it. There's usually local things that the business has to do, and they aren't really important to the executive or goals set by the executives. But it does use some Six Sigma certification or Six Sigma knowledge.
So someone who has achieved the Yellow Belt Six Sigma certification, these individuals are mainly responsible for actually carrying out the assignments that they are assigned by an actual team leader, which is generally a higher level belt. Since they do not have the experience and the actual greater understanding of the Six Sigma process, which is why they fall into the category of actually being a team member rather than the actual team leader. But these individuals have a basic understanding of what Six Sigma is, so they are very important and valuable in order to, when given a task, they're able to take that understanding, be able to review it, analyze it, and then even submit their own improvements on an actual project in which they are actually given. Now, as for someone who has a green belt certification, someone who is certified in green belt Six Sigma certification, they are the heart and soul of the Six Sigma industry, mainly due to the fact that not only do they help train the yellow and the white belts, they also assist the black belt and the master black belt holders due to the fact that they have a greater understanding of the Six Sigma process, but they do not have a big enough understanding of the process in order to lead large projects, but they have a good enough understanding to where they could lead smaller projects. Now, they help to analyze and collect data and use whatever they analyze in order for the project in order to ensure that they achieve the maximum results possible, which is to be able to minimize the amount of defects that are found in an actual organization. Now we have the black belt certified. Now someone who is black belt certified mostly is a full-time professional who has been trained by a master black belt holder. Now, most importantly, someone who is black belt certified, they have a very good understanding of the Six Sigma principles and how to apply them to the maximum extent. But that does not mean that they have to be an expert within the actual project that they are actually presenting. But they do have to have a strong understanding in order to be able to recognize how to apply what they have learned into the project in which they are doing in order to maximize it to its fullest potential. They also have to have a strong understanding of each individual that they are leading so that they understand their strengths and their weaknesses so that they be able to delegate and assign certain tasks to certain individuals in order to maximize the amount of work efficiency they're able to achieve out of them. And most importantly, they must have, in order to receive a Six Sigma Black Belt certification, they must have led or completed one Six Sigma project and also turned it in, submitted it for actual review. Now we have a Master Black Belt holder. Now a Master Black Belt holder has the greatest understanding of the Six Sigma principles and actually how to apply them. They are the closest individuals who are able to apply their knowledge and know-how in order to achieve the closest thing to achieving perfection in an actual product that is actually being distributed with the minimum amount of defects possible, if not any. In order to achieve a Master Black Belt certification, they have to have at least 2 years of regular black belt experience in order to work their way up to this level. And they also have to be responsible for training the black belts as well. These individuals are the project leaders, the project managers. They also work as coaches, as I mentioned earlier, and then in some cases they are financial advisors. Since they understand to the greatest extent of how it is to save money, they're also able to understand how they can make the company more money by minimizing the amount of defects and then reducing the amount of waste in which they're acquiring.
Champion Belt. The Champion Belt certified are mainly the ones in charge of translating the company's mission, vision, and goals, as well as the metrics for the organizational area of the project. So Champion Belt certified, they are mainly in charge of the organizational support for a project itself. They don't necessarily carry the responsibilities of the actual workload of the project. They mainly are not involved in the project itself. They just organize the project, identify it, and apply the project for development under the other belt certified. So they're also in charge of identifying the resources that are going to be utilized for the development, as well as identifying roadblocks and removing said roadblocks in order to assure a high level of success of the project itself. Executive Belt certified. The Executive Belt is very similar to the Champion Belt. They carry in a similarity the same responsibility that a Champion Belt does. They're in charge of the organizational support for a project. However, the main difference that divides the Champion Belt with the Executive Belt is that Executive Belts are in charge of the alignment of guaranteeing that the project is being carried under the Six Sigma program guidelines. So they're basically just assuring that when the project is being developed in the correct manner, following the Six Sigma program. As we learn from this, the 7 levels of the Six Sigma Belt certification, the 2 first levels or basic levels, the white and yellow belt, as Enzo and Raheel mentioned before, they don't carry as much responsibility as the other belts. They develop work on smaller projects. Green belt, however, is they carry the main workload of the projects that are being developed. They hold a higher responsibility, as well as they can be also in charge of smaller groups for the development of the project. Now with Black and Master Black, they're the mentors or supervisors for the green level, green, white, and yellow levels. And then the Executive and Champion belts are the organizational support, so they're the most similar ones, and their main responsibility is to guarantee a high level of success and while developing the project. Thank you very much.